Hello, welcome to my video on how to paint a deer sculpture. These are the deer that I painted in the video. I'm just showing them and a little bit of the detail that I put on them. Here at the beginning I am painting the deer's antlers and ears. And when I made the ears for the sculpture, I decided to use canvas fabric instead of using clay because I thought it'd be a little more durable and more flexible than clay would be. As I paint the deer sculptures, I will usually add at least 2 to 3 coats of paint just to make sure it's all well covered. So I'll just let you watch what I'm doing and I'll talk to you in a little bit. For this part of the process, I'm using some wet clay to fill in some areas where it just looked like it needed a little bit more clay there if it was a little uneven. So I'm filling that in and I'll let that dry and then I'll work on the next part of the process. Working on the antlers was the most challenging part of making the deer sculpture, but I really do like how the antlers turned out in the end. Now I'm beginning to clean those areas of clay just to smooth it out a little bit with some sandpaper. And what I'm using is a toothbrush that I modified. I removed the bristles from the toothbrush and then put a sanding disc on the toothbrush where it spins around, and it really helps out for when I need to sand my air dry clay pieces. Just a quick clarification, the toothbrush is an electric toothbrush, which really helps when I sand, when it has that little electric function on it. One of these days I think I will create a short video showing how I set up my sanding disc on that electric toothbrush. To smooth out those areas between the antlers, I'm using a small piece of fine grit sandpaper. To clean up the clay dust, I'm using a little bit of water on a rag to wipe down the surface to make sure it's ready to paint. When I sculpted the deer, I used handmade silicone stamps to imprint designs all over their bodies. So to help highlight those details that I imprinted, I'm using gel stain to help those designs pop. Here come the antlers. I used a Q-tip for part of adding the gel stain since it was hard to get in between there. I do like how the antlers turned out. In this part you can see the difference between the antler that has a gel stain and the one that doesn't, and there's quite a big difference between the two of them. I continue to add the gel stain to catch all of those details. Someday I'd like to create a video showing how I make my handmade stamps to use on my sculptures. They really are helpful for adding a little extra detail to my sculptures. Instead of carving it in, I can imprint the designs with the stamps, and it makes it a lot easier that way. Here are the finished deer sculptures. How do you think they turned out? Let me know in the comments. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching.